Hi, and welcome to the Money Tree Robot presentation. My name is Corey Ross, and I will be telling you everything you need to know about this system. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how we took a $1,000 account and increased it by over 600% profit in just a few months, while keeping account drawdown exceptionally low using an automated Forex system with an advanced dynamic auto-adapting strategy. So what we'll cover in this presentation is everything you need to know about the software. I'm going to show you verified proof and testing results, and I'm going to show you why most people fail as traders or investors and how you can put the odds of success in your favor. And I'm going to tell you about myself and the LeapFX group if you don't know who we are. Before we begin, I just want to clarify a few things. First, this presentation will be transparent, fully transparent. I'm going to tell you about the system. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you how easy it is to install. This is going to be very honest, transparent, and it will help you decide if this is the right software for you or not. Also, this presentation is face-to-face. You can see I am a real person, not hiding behind a screen. Also, I want to mention that myself and our team at LeapFX do genuinely want to see you succeed. A lot of people see it as these guys are trying to sell me something. Do they really care? And the truth is, yes, not all people who will sell you things care, but we generally do want to see you succeed. We know that if you succeed, it comes back to us. We know that you will come back and you will get more systems, and that leads me into why we offer these systems instead of just retire. And the answer to that is partly to do with why we generally want to see you succeed, in that we do make money with our systems, we do make money trading, but we also do this because we want to sell our systems as a business because we enjoy it and we help people in the process. While we can't offer our systems for free because money does have to be exchanged in order to maintain what we do, between developers and support staff and compensation for all of this stuff, we do benefit by learning what works, what doesn't, by helping you guys. We are able to better improve our systems and offer you better systems, and also, which means that we can do better with our trading, and in turn you do better with your trading. I just want you guys to understand that this system is very unique. The results are really crazy and amazing, and some of the best results I've seen in a long time from a system, so I really want you to get excited about this. These images that you can see on the screen are screenshots from the trading from the system. It's actually been doing a lot better since we took these screenshots, which you'll see when I log into the investor access, or when you scroll below this video, you'll be able to see an updated chart. But based on what you see here, we have smooth account growth, we have consistent high monthly gains. The average is 100% profit per month. And on the right side, you can see we have a massive wave of profitable trades. It's over 90% win rate, works consistently on most brokers. It's a pretty fantastic system. So who am I, about LeapFX, and why you should listen to me? First, my name is Corey Ross. I have over 12 years of experience in this industry. I've seen it all. I know it works. I know it doesn't. I've seen why people fail. I've seen why others succeed, and I've also seen why systems work and why systems fail. And I want to help you succeed. I want to show you in this presentation how this software can help you achieve success, and what are some of the mistakes that people make and how you can resolve them. I've been in this industry for so long. I know a lot about trading. I know a lot about these systems. And like I said, this system, the Money Tree Robot, is a really, really great system. And I think you're going to see that, and you're going to understand that in a few minutes. LeapFX is a brand. It's a brand we've built on trust, transparency, and guarantee. We've been in business for years. We're nothing like other sellers that basically release a product on one page, disappear, they come up with another product under another name. And usually they're scams, or the software doesn't work. We actually take pride in what we do. We try to offer you products that legitimately work, and we try to fully support you. And that's why we have one brand, one name, LeapFX, and we try to bring you all these products through the brand, and we honor our guarantees, and we help you the best we can. First, let's talk about what is involved in the money tree robot strategy before we jump into seeing the proof and whatnot. First, it's absolutely beginner friendly. It really doesn't matter if you've never traded in your life, if you're a beginner, if you're an advanced trader. It doesn't matter if you are technologically advanced or if you are not and you have no technological advantage. It's very easy to install. It's really, there's no settings you have to adjust. All you have to, you only need to adjust one setting. That's all there really is an option, which is setting the risk. And that's literally it. There's no set files you have to load. It's very, very simple to set up. There's no grid trading, which means that lots and lots of trades keep on opening and opening. It doesn't do that. It's very safe. It only does a few trades at a time. There's no hedging. It's compliant with prop firms. So if you're the type who likes to trade with prop firms, you will definitely be able to use this software with them. It has an insanely high win rate, over 90%, which not a lot of systems have it, and often systems that do have a high win rate, it's because they have a very high stop loss. This system actually doesn't have a high stop loss, and it still has a high win rate, and it's not a high-speed scalper, which doesn't always work. So this is a system that's kind of in between, that's really great and works consistently without issues. So part 2 of the strategy, it trades on 17 currency pairs. You can test it on other ones. It will most definitely do well on other pairs, but we found that there's 17 pairs that we've used and we've had the most success with. It's got a dynamic trailing system, so that means if it hits profit, it's not going to just close the trade. It's going to move the stop loss up with it. It is a common practice in a lot of trading systems, but it's dynamic and it works well, and it really it keeps the system profitable and moving up and preventing trades from reverting and going into a loss that were already a win. It's got a type stop loss, but with that type stop loss, it does not have losing streaks, which is fantastic, and doesn't happen often in systems that have a tight stop loss. In terms of the strategy itself, it uses a combination of custom volatility filters, think like stochastic kind of filters, but it's more customized, and it uses custom moving average filters. So don't think it's as simple as it sounds. It's more advanced than it sounds, but to sum it up, they're using custom volatility, custom moving averages, and it's able to use, but using those filters, it's able to trade with the short-term trend, and it does it in the presence of momentum, and it uses that to open up the trades, lock in profits, and it usually happens as soon as a few hours. Sometimes they can last longer, but usually within a few hours. And it also has some intelligent filters that help it avoid bad potential trades. And because of this, it does trade a lot every month, but don't be surprised if you have a few days here and there where there's no trades, because while it can trade a lot, by having these intelligent filters on top of those, it's able to actually eliminate trades that could have potentially been bad, and that allows it to increase its win rate. So when you start using it, don't be surprised if maybe you have a day, 2, 3 days where maybe there's a lot less trades, and then maybe you'll have a few days where there's a lot of trades. So a lot of people make the mistake of wanting to see a lot of trades happen right away every day, or they want to see, just for example, they turn on the system and they expect trades, and they don't realize that that's not always a good thing. So keep in mind, it will trade a lot, but not always right away. And that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing, because you want it to be accurate, you don't want it to be wrong, and that is how you make money. So next, we're gonna verify the results, okay? I just showed you screenshots of the results for the system, and not everyone, you may not know us, you may not trust us yet, and that's okay, I get it, because there's a lot of people out there who fake results. So I'm gonna show you 2 things right now. We're gonna show you the LeapFX book, which is a third-party verified software, or website rather. We give them the investor access, and they log in to the account and actually verify it's valid. And a lot of people, and some people, not a lot of people, some people think that those results can be faked, but the truth is, if it's single verified, it can be faked, but when you double verify, it cannot be faked. And you'll see 2 check marks, which I'll explain and I'll show you in a minute, and that will show you that it's double verified. We changed investor access to prove that we own the account, and they verify that the account is legitimate. And you'll be able to see the results in a minute. Then after that, I'm going to show you investor access. I'm going to open up the MetaTrader platform, which is where we trade the robot, and I'm going to log into the account right in front of you, and I'm going to show you the trade history, and you can verify it yourself right there. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm now going to show you the third-party verified account. This is called MyFX Book. It's a third party where I basically have to enter our login details, and then they connect this. Their software connects to the broker account and verifies that it's a real account, and then I have to change the password to what they say in order to verify that I'm actually the owner. And they gather the stats and they present it here. So this is kind of a way to verify that the account is legit. And if you look right here, you'll see track record verified and privileges verified, both checked. The time where you have to worry is when only one of them is checked. When they're both checked, it's pretty much almost impossible to fake it. So these results are real, but I'm also going to log into Investor Access in a moment and show you that. But first, let me just explain this. To see this page yourself, scroll through and everything, below this video, I'm going to have a link to it. So you can click the link and that will take you to this page, and then you can go through these stats and verify it yourself. But to just quickly sum it up, as you can see, we've hit over 700%. This is more than we discussed already in the video. The count's been growing since I made the first video. You can see it's very consistent. You usually only see this kind of consistency in like grid systems or martingale together. This is not a grid system, and look at this, the consistency, the growth, it's pretty impressive. You can also see that the win rate is 93% here. It goes up and down, give or take, but it's always very high, and you can see it's really lucrative. It's made almost 1,200 pips so far. You can see best trade $400, the worst $348. So you can see the winners tend to be larger than the losers, so we have a good win to loss ratio. Here's some of the previous months. You can see we've averaged close to 100% per month. This month is low because this is recorded at the beginning of May, so 10% for only about a week is pretty impressive if you ask me. And you can also check out the summary here. You see these are all the pairs traded. And then you can go here to history. You can see the trades. As you can see, it's got a crazy high win rate. See? And you can see how long the trades stay open for. This is just, it's such an amazing system. I highly recommend you trying it. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to email me. And I'll hold for a moment, and we're going to switch to logging into Investor Access. All right, welcome back. Now, this is the MetaTrader platform. If you're not familiar with it, this is a free platform that Forex brokers give you. The Money Tree robot trades within this platform. It's really easy to install and set up. I'm just going to show you really quick how this works, and I'm also going to just log into the Investor Access so you can see that the account I just showed you in my FX book is a real account. So before I show you how the software works and how fast and quick it is to install and set up, let's just quickly log into the Investor Access. And it is a live account with real money. So now I'm going to log in. Okay, and now you can see right below here the account balance, and if I go to history, you can see all the trades. Let me just right click, do all history, and you can see all the trades. These are going to be the same trades that you'll see in the MyFX book. And here you can see deposit $1,000, profit $7,500. That's that's over 700% return. Pretty crazy stuff, right? You can verify all of this yourself in MyFX book. Okay, next, let's go over the software itself. What do you need to start? Well, you can use a small account, so you don't have to worry about that. You can start with as little as $200 to $300. I prefer to start with a minimum of $500 to $1,000. On the account that I just showed you, we started with $1,000. Any of those are fine. Because of the way it's designed, you can start with a lower account with lower risk. But again, I prefer $500 to $1,000. Also, you can run this software on your own computer as long as you can leave it running 24/7. If you can't, or even I prefer, we have something called a virtual private server, which is just a rented computer that's on the internet, or a host or server rather, and you install the software to it, and it trades for you. It runs whether your computer's on or off. It can be checked from your phone and managed from your phone. You never need to run it anywhere else, and you never have to have your computer on. We use it personally. It's efficient, it's great, it's very, very cheap, and we'll provide those recommendations if you need them in members area. Also, it's really easy to install. I'm going to show you in another video in a moment the installation process. It's very, very easy. It's just, you literally only click a few buttons and you're done. And also in that video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to set up. You literally just drag it onto a chart, put in your receipt, your email, the risk you want, and you're done. And it runs and it does the rest for you. And then I'm going to, also in that process, I'm going to show you an overview of the settings, which are literally the 3 things I just mentioned. But I'm going to show you, and you're going to see how very, very easy, and you don't need to adjust anything. It's already built in with the best possible settings. Now, really quick, let me just show you how to set up the software. So you basically go over here to Market Watch. You open up the pairs you want to trade on. So let's see, for example, you want to open up GBP USD. You go to right click it, click chart window, and then you would put it on the proper time frame. You then go over here, and under expert advisors you'd see the robot, and to put it right there you just go to file, open, and you go to MQL4 experts, and you put the file right here. And what you would do next is you would move, well first, let's not forget this, tools, options. You just want to make sure everything matches right here. Pretty simple thing. You click OK. Then you drag the robot over, or you can double click it. And you can see there's nothing that needs to be changed here. This is all the same. You'd enter your email address, your receipt, and if you wanted to change the lot size, you then click OK, and you'd be all set up, just like that. And then you can go and open up another pair and do the same thing and have it trade on here, just like that. Enter email, receipt, click OK, you're all set up. It's really that simple. And then you just let it run 24/7, and you don't have to do anything else. It's a very, very easy system to set up. So now that you saw how the system works, a common question that I've seen come along a lot of times when people are interested in systems is, how much money can I make? So first I have to clarify by saying, I can't tell you exactly how much money you're going to make. The monthly returns are going to vary based on the market movement, trade opportunity, and risk you choose. But I can give you an idea based on the previous results we had, and I can expand it out based on varying deposits and how much money you would have made if you were running it from the day one for the past few months. You may not get these exact results, but it's very possible to come close if you try to use the kind of settings, the kind of risk settings we're using. Completely up to you. The results may not be exactly, but you can get a very high return like we have, or you can keep the return very low if you want to do very, very, very low risk. It's really up to you, and in the manual we'll explain the different lot sizes you can choose based on the risk you want. So here's some average returns based on the current results we've achieved. So the account you already know is what I just showed you. It started at about $1,000. The profit went to $7,000. It might actually even be more now since I made this video. So 1,000 to 7,000 would be from when we started. For a few months, it would be an average of $2,000 profit per month, just from $1,000. That's pretty fantastic, right? That can pay rent payment, or that can, in some countries, some areas, that can literally pay your whole lifestyle. If you started with $5,000, that would be about $35,000, which would be an average of $10,000 per month, that's over $100,000 salary for some people. Imagine what you can do with that. You can do a lot, right? Now imagine if you'd start with $20,000, you would have about $140,000, and that's an average of $40,000 per month, and that's about over $400,000 a year. That would put you in a very wealthy situation where in a lot of places that's considered rich. And then if you had started with $100,000, you'd have about $700,000 in the average of $200,000 profit per month, which is over $2 million. That would put you as very, very wealthy, and you'd be able to do a lot with that, right? You can have a mansion, you can buy the car you want, you can pay off debts. You may not be the person who's starting with $100,000, but Imagine what you can do if you build up to that. So there's a lot of possibilities. The $100,000, the $220,000 might be someone more money manager or someone who has those kind of funds. But if you're not that type of person and you're starting small, that's okay. You can start 1,000. You see that you're averaging 2,000 per month with what we've just achieved. So anything is possible. You can build up. So let's say 1,000 to 7,000, reinvest the profits, 5,000 to 35,000. So if you did 1,000, you made profit to 5,000. Now you're aiming for the 35,000 if you increase the risk along the way. So you could literally build up your account over months and months and be sitting on a very nice nest egg. So that's just something to think about. Again, these results can vary. It's going to vary based on market. It's going to vary based on risk, the trade opportunities that arise. There's a lot of opportunity with this system that can deliver you a lot of money. So it's something definitely to keep in mind when you consider using it. Again, I mentioned it can work with less and it can work with more funds. So you can do $500 if you want. You don't have to stick within this range. You can do $200,000. You can do less. You can do more. It's completely up to you and what you're looking to invest. So one thing I mentioned, I wanted to tell you why traders fail and what to do to succeed and get results like us, because I've been around for a long time and I've seen people go from like, hey, this looks great, and then they suddenly fail and they lose money. And the thing is, they're usually shocked, and usually if you look really deep into what they did wrong, you can usually figure out what they did wrong. And these are the problems that I've seen in some of the solutions. So too much risk, too much leverage, that's a big one. For example, I've seen people use 500,000 leverage, or they've used very high risk lot size on too small of an account. And when that happens, no matter how good a system is, one or two trades can, even if they're low risk, can wipe out an account when you have too much leverage, too much risk. It just creates an environment where the trades just put you in too much exposure. One way to avoid that, or the exact way, is don't over leverage. I like to personally stick with 1 to 200 leverage max, and don't over risk. If you're a high risk type of person, that's okay, but don't go beyond high risk, because there is some major risk where, for example, if you're a beginner, you don't have to understand this, but let's say you do one lot, for example, trade on like a $500 account. If your broker allows it and you have enough margin, you can blow your account in one trade with that. So don't over leverage, don't do too much risk, because that alone is just dangerous. So it's best to follow the recommendations. Deposit size issues. For example, I've seen people who they have a trading system that's not designed for a small account. For example, they'll put $100, $200 in, and the way that the style of trading is done, it's just not made for that. The minimum, for some systems and strategies, the minimum is $3,000, $5,000, or it will not function properly. And even low risk would be defined based on the minimum of, like, for example, $3,000 to $5,000. But someone will put in and say, hey, I want to test it $100 and see if it works. If it works, I'll do it. But they don't understand that means that they're actually doing high risk, and it's not a representation of how the system works. So depending on the system, if they don't follow the proper deposit sizes, I've seen that it actually can cause failure, and people tend to blame everyone but themselves when they just didn't follow the recommendations. And then that leads to the next one, which is not following recommendations, which kind of ties into everything. But if you follow all recommendations and you err on the side of caution and try to follow them and not make a mistake and deviate in anything, your chances of success will be significantly higher than most people. Like following the deposit recommendations, following the risk recommendations, following the leverage recommendations, just everything. Your chances of success are just significantly more. And a big one is broker manipulation. And this one is not always easy to track, but I've seen it before. And if you choose the wrong broker, I've seen brokers where their price feeds are just horrible. They manipulate, they incorporate too much slippage, they spike the spread. There's a lot of things they do, and a lot of things that cause people to lose. When I have seen two accounts where something was trading, doing well, another one, they were getting similar trades, but the trades were doing bad, and it was because of the manipulation. So not all brokers are like that, but you should be careful what brokers you choose. And we do have recommendations for brokers in members area if you need one, but just be careful in which one you choose. The system does work consistently among many brokers, but sometimes you can't beat a bad broker and you just need to avoid them. So remember that. And also one of the big ones is getting greedy. And what I mean by that is that when you keep on making money, sometimes people will just increase the risk or they'll want more profit. And in that case, sometimes they don't realize it's sometimes safer just to withdraw profits as you go. And then you pull out the profits until you get all your initial deposit back. And then everything you're trading with is on the house. It's all winnings. And then you can kind of get greedy. But getting greedy too early can be a bad thing because you might keep on building it up and then saying, hey, well, now I'm going to put the risk up because it seems like it's doing great and I'm going to put more money on the line in that case. When in reality, sometimes if it's doing really well, the best thing to do is just take some money out and then keep on trading. Once you're playing with house money, then if you really want to take some risks, then you can start taking some crazy risks. But remember to pull back sometimes because you can't go forever on high risk. So you just want to be careful with that. And I'll also be happy to help address any of this. I'll give you my contact information at the end of this. You can ask questions. I'm happy to help. What is included with the Money Tree robot when you get a copy? So we're going to give you a detailed manual. This is going to come with pictures. It's going to have the recommendations in it. It's going to have everything you need to install and set up the system. You're going to also have the recommendations in the members area and in the manual for the best VPS, just everything you need to get started and going, which you obviously do not have to follow. You can use any broker you want or any service you want, but we do have best recommendations that we believe are ideal for you. Also, the software already has the exact best settings built in. They're the same exact settings that we're using. You don't have to worry about that. The only thing you have to adjust is just the lot size, which means that the trades are going to be exactly the same, just the lot size will be based essentially how much you're betting on each trade that opens. And also included, of course, is free updates. For the life of the software, you will get free updates. If there's any improvements we make, we will release them to you absolutely for free in the members area. And then also, most importantly, customer support, experienced customer support. I personally and other people from our team will be helping you. If you run into any issues, we're there to help. Or if you have any concerns, questions, it doesn't matter. It's fairly easy to use the system, but sometimes things come up, and if you have any questions or any concerns, you contact us and we'll be glad to help you. We try to respond as much as we can, as fast as we can, but keep in mind, weekends we could be slower or not respond for a day or two on the weekends or holidays. And during the week, during business hours, we try to respond as much as we can, but keep in mind, if you catch us on an off hour, it could take us up to 24 hours to respond, but we'll try to respond as soon as we can. So don't think that we're trying to ignore you. Also keep in mind, you should always check your spam folder because certain email boxes like Yahoo tend to send more things to spam or even block emails. So you got to be careful with that because we actually pride ourselves on responding to all emails. So if you don't get a response from us, it's probably because either it hasn't been enough time, for example, 24 or 48 hours if it's the weekend, or it's because the email just didn't go through to you even though we sent it. So keep that in mind. So pricing for the system is $597 for a year license or $899 for a lifetime license. It's economically more intelligent to do the lifetime license. Just for paying one-time fee of $899, never paying again, you are better off because if you get the year license for almost $600 for the year, if you decide to renew, then you're at $1,200 to renew for another year. As you can see, that's 2 years, $1,200 is still is going to be a lot more than just having to pay the lifetime of $899. So obviously that's up to you, which you'd prefer to do. Those are both options we have for you. And also keep in mind, you saw the numbers, the software, it's literally will pay for itself. If it's averaging on the low end $2,000 per month, you literally can have it pay for itself in a month and still have profit, or if you deposit a little more. So literally this is just a bargain for what this software will and can do for you. So keep that in mind. And it also comes with a guarantee, and that will give you a chance to actually see that it works. The guarantee is a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's for any reason at all, which means that you can try it, you can test it on a demo or live account, whatever you decide. And if for any reason you feel that it's not for you within the 30 days, you just let us know. You can email us and we'll refund you. There's no qualifications. You don't need to have some sort of valid reason. You don't have to prove to us you tried it. It's if you want the refund, we'll give it to you, and we always honor our guarantee. The only reason we would not honor it is if you request the refund after 30 days, then it's not within the period. But if you request within 30 days, we absolutely always honor our guarantee, and we stand by our word. We've been doing it for years. We've always honored it, and we're going to continue to, because we take pride in building our trust and being around, and we want to partner with you. We want to offer you systems as time goes on. You might want more than one system. You might want to complement them. If you know you can trust us, you're going to be willing to try other systems. Because of that, we don't want you to be afraid to try systems, and if it's not for you, then you can send it back and try another system eventually. So we always stick with it because we know that you'll stick with us in the long term. It's better for us, it's better for you if we honor our word, which we always do. Here's 4 reasons to start today, just in case you need a little push, because we just saw the results, and I don't want you to miss the point of that. Like, this is a really good system. The 4 reasons you want to start today is because the pricing model will change. As in, the price can go up. It's not going to go down, but the price can go up, and you want to lock it in now so you don't have to pay more later. Second, you can't hide from it. Everybody knows about it. Inflation's here, and it's more than it's ever been. Because of that, it's getting harder to pay for things. Things are getting more expensive, and we're going into a recession because economies are starting to slow down. So now you have higher priced items and slower momentum of money in the in business and everywhere, which means that now is your time to actually start finding alternative sources of income, things that work even when the world is in chaos. Instead of leaving your money in the bank, which literally becomes worthless. For example, if you had $1 in 1950 and compared to today, it would be worth pennies. Keep that in mind. Leaving your money in the bank, it's deteriorating when you can actually invest in something like this, and you have the ability to not only keep up with inflation, but you actually can make an income. So the sooner you get started, the sooner you have more money coming in, which is always a good thing. It's always bad to actually wait. If you never take action and you always think about it, nothing in your life is ever going to change. You must try new things in order to achieve new results. So keep in mind, if you're one of those people who you really like the idea, but you want to think about it, or you want to save some extra money, maybe you should consider that by doing that, it's an unconscious way of you just stalling and then just never, and putting on the back burner and never doing it. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and you just got to say, you know what, I'm just going to try it and just sign up now and let's just get you started. Remember, you got the 30-day guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. You try it and see if it's for you. And if it's for you, great. You're going to be surprised. You're going to love it. You're going to make money. And if it's not, no problem. You let us know. We'll refund you, and there won't be any regrets because you gave it a chance, you gave your all, and you can try it on demo before going live, so you can see you risk nothing and you can see if it's for you. So if you have any questions, as I mentioned before, I was going to give you my contact information. You can reach out to us anytime via email at support@leapfx.com. If you want to get in touch with me directly, you can just put attention Corey in the subject. We also have Telegram and Skype support available upon request. Email is usually easier, but for people who have urgent matters to discuss, you can request either of those. Also, again, check your spam folder for our replies. We always respond to people. If you think we're not responding, it's not intentional. It's because it's most likely going to spam or being blocked by your email service. And also keep in mind, after work hours and on weekends, we will take a little bit longer to respond. It's just normal, so please expect that. That is it for now, so I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you're ready to move forward, just click the Buy Now button below and we'll get started, and you can email me if you have any questions or need assistance.